right, for my rudder, manual says high rate for rudder is 1.5 left and right. So it's 1.5 left, 1.5. Let's go make sure we are centered there first. So let's go. Alright, so we got 1, 1.5 right, 1.5 right, 1.5 left. Alright, that's high rates. And mid rate or low rates is 1 1/4. So that's 1 1/4 right there. 1 1/4 there. 1 1/4, 1 1/4. So high rates is 1.5, 1.5, and then low rates is 1 1/4. And since I got a 3-position switch, I will also, you know what? I think the manual's high rates is good for my max. My mid rate is 1 1/4, and then I'll make complete low rates. Make complete low rates 1 inch. So 1 inch left, right for my low rates. So we got high rates 1.5, mid rates basically 1 1/4, and then low rates 1 inch. So alright, so that's pretty much my throws. Low rates. Low rates elevator is 9/16 up, 9/16 down. High rate is basically 11/16 down, 11/16 up, and then my complete high rates 1 inch. Since I got 3-position switch, I decided to go ahead and make my high just in case a little bit more than what the manual says. So the manual for high rates is 11/16, so that's this one. It's 11/16, and then that's my ultimate high rates in case I need it. If I don't, then I'll just be at the manual's high rates. So technically the manual's high rates is my mid rates, and the manual's low rate is complete low rates, and then I got my own high rate, which is 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Alright, so based on the manual, full flaps down is basically 1.5. So that's pretty much it, 1.5 from 0. And so my half mark, I made it 1 inch. So 1 inch, basically my half, and then full flaps 1.5. Yep, that'll work. The instructions, right? The balance point is basically 3 1/4 from the leading edge back at rib number 6. All right. And so how do you determine rib number 6? Well, via the plans, but at the same time, your flap servo, your flap hatch, the end of the hatch towards the wingtip, that's rib number 6. All right. So right in line with that, and then 3 1/4 back from there, you should be right at the main spar, just a tad forward of that main spar. All right, guys. So the maiden flight is going to be tomorrow. Therefore, final checks and balances right now. All right, so I'm verifying my CG once again. All right, CG basically with gear up. Then we could go ahead and do the actual CG and get it pretty much, if not straight, a little. For me, I think I'm going to do a slight bit tail down, just a little bit. All right, and that's also to compensate when the gear goes down, because this is going to be very nose heavy. But I don't know, we'll see. All right, where it's at right now is pretty much how I'm going to be flying this. All right, so here we go. So this is where she's at right now with gear up. All right, trying to do that to a 11-pound airplane. Holding it up like that far out is pretty. Yoo-hoo. All right, guys, April 1st, 2022, and we're gonna basically do the maiden flight of the top Flite P40E Warhawk 60 size. All right, the wind is still blowing a tad bit. However, it's not raining. So, with that said, you gotta be mindful of the sun right here, and that's the approach for landing and stuff. You know, gotta come through here. That. So we will see how everything goes. trim Flite real quick. Flaps real quick. Okay. Alright, the wind is blowing pretty hard, so I don't want to taxi it back just yet because it might push it over, and then there goes my prop. We're just going to creep it in. This is where it's going to start bouncing and stuff, so I'll go ahead and cut it off from here and bring it back to the pits. Alright guys, hopefully I got all that on video. That was the maiden flight of the top Flite P40E Warhawk 60 size kit with the DLE 20RA. Awesome stuff. Alright, as far as the CG is concerned, with the gear down, not a problem. As you can see, it lift off pretty good. The transition from gear down to gear up, it wasn't there's no big jump. Alright, so the CG was actually spot on. As far as flying, I had to do maybe about I can't even remember, so busy trying to concentrate on the plane, but I had a few clicks down because the plane was kind of like ballooning upwards, or kind of slowly going at a 45. All right, but other than that, there she is, guys. One piece.
My name is Mike from Bayona's RC World. We're gonna actually do the fuselage on the Top Flight P51. What is that? Is that a bib? Oh my gosh!